Welcome back. We are on V14.1.5 on Cybertruck. So this is the first short little drive. I've got it set to MadMax, and it's gonna park in a parking spot here. I think the speed limit, I don't know this road, is like 35, so it hasn't been speeding yet, but it definitely feels a little more gusto as it's taking off and accelerating. It definitely drives faster than I do. I generally am a little bit more of a granny when I drive. I sort of baby my tires, but either which way, gotta enjoy it sometimes. So this is gonna be my first short drive on version 14.1.5. Yeah, here she goes. She's getting out there, leading off for this little right turn here. Headed up here. This is a red light at this intersection, this first intersection. What is this? This is the I-10. We're on Warner Road. Yeah, super exciting. So V14.1.5, massive update for the Cybertruck. It's got the start from park drive button. So just like the other vehicles I've had where you can just tap the screen. I have not touched the wheel one time. I'm not touching any of the pedals at all. The vehicle is driving itself entirely. That's the premise of FSD, obviously, so nothing very groundbreaking there, but getting that button was a motion of confidence, if you will, from the autonomy team that they're letting Cybertruck start from park. I've not had it reverse yet. I'll probably route the truck somewhere else when I get to the place I'm going to go for lunch here, just to see it back out. I've not had it go in reverse yet, so I'm really excited for that. Here's the driver controls here. It's the same as the others. You can set it like it's going to a charger or whatnot, curbside, parking lot, the different speed profiles, and yeah, so that's it looks standard, but with the cyber aesthetic to it, so it's got a little bit more of sharpness to the font and the shaping of the icons. But other than that, it's pretty familiar to what it's looked like so far. Cutting up in traffic here, getting over on this Ford Taurus that we're switching around here. Another red light, unfortunately, but it's good. I wanted to see brake stabbing. That's why I wanted to record this first very short little drive here. We're not going super far. It's just a matter of seeing how the truck does just with this, and centering on lanes a little bit just to see what it does if it's wandering or drifting around. I'm gonna do a ride on the freeway here after I eat something. I gotta eat lunch. I've been stuck with letting the truck update, so I wanted to go. I really like this place, so I'm gonna go have lunch there today. Moved around that truck that was butting out. There was nobody, as you can see in the rearview mirror. There wasn't anybody in that right lane, so that was safe. It wasn't unwell. We're gonna take an unprotected left turn after we turn left at this light. You can see here on the nav where we're going, but we're gonna turn left at the light here, and then there will be an unprotected turn into this parking lot. But yeah, so far it's really smooth. I'm not getting any of like the jerky brake stabbing like we were seeing in those initial V14 videos on the Model Y and other vehicles that got that real early on. Massive bravo to the other guys that record videos constantly. I generally don't, but it's something that I really have been looking forward to doing with V14 to test out. There's a lot of apprehension in V13.2.9 on the Cybertruck, so I'm excited to see what has improved here. So far it feels like it's punchier, just in the way that it's negotiating the traffic and actually driving down the road. It feels like it was switching lanes smoothly. It wasn't doing herky-jerky stuff. Here's a little left turn. It's setting up very nicely in the lane. That was awesome. A big issue with the Cybertruck is that it cuts over on those turn lanes there. We're getting here into the turn lane to make our unprotected left, and even that's super smooth. We do have somebody on the 6 there that I want to be careful about. He's excited to get passed by there, but safety first. Here we go on an unprotected left. I always like to see, this is some drama here with people in the parking lot. No big deal, no sweat. let's see how this parks. This is the place I'm gonna go eat right here, but let's see what it does. If it's gonna nose in, I think it's going to nose in. It is parking forward. So exciting. Let's we're a little on the left. It's not awful. That wasn't the worst parking job I had ever seen. Let's like take me to Ace Hardware. There's an Ace Hardware like literally right there. So we're gonna here, so just to go ahead and do that, all you do is you tap it and here it goes, Cybertruck in reverse. It's like having FSD for real now. That was a very close pullout. We didn't have any vehicles on the left there to clear around, so not a huge deal, but let's see what it does. These are handicap spots up front here, right in front of the Ace Hardware that we're going to, but I was really just trying to test to see what it would, it's gonna back in, because that's what makes the most sense. It's gonna do it in the handicap spot though, because, well, duh. Let's see what it does. Yes, this is obviously not a spot. So we're gonna go ahead and, yeah, let's go ahead and trip. Zeke's Pizza. All right, let's see if it goes into another different spot. I'm real curious to see what it is. It gonna back into that? Because the fact that it parked forward here, but it wanted to back in there. We obviously know that FSD is still struggling with reading handicap signs and such. So I think it's going into the same exact spot. It's not cool. Little uncertainty, but it's calculating. Is it gonna face that way? I think that's what it's planning to do here. Yep, it's just gonna pull into this spot. And it's looking a lot better on this parking job, which is cool. I would have pulled in a little further, but that was awesome. I'm gonna get some lunch. I'm gonna eat some food. We'll get another video up in just a minute, but this was just a short one I wanted to drop and get on the Twitter so you guys can start to see some V14. Welcome back, guys. I wanted to start another drive. Actually, I just finished lunch. So we're gonna go ahead and backing up. Here she goes. It's so cool. Gonna do a freeway-based drive this time. So we're actually gonna go ahead and drive over to a place called the Nezzies, over at the I-10, or excuse me, over at the 202 and the 101. Sorry, I'm all frazzled. I'm so excited. I'm like kind of out of my element in the moment here. I'm on MadMax and I've got it just navigating to the other spot. So got a truck coming here on the left, big guy, but here she goes. It feels like it gets into the right lane more. Like that first drive coming here, it really got into the first lane coming out. When it did that, when we were going down, this is Warner, where it was doing that, it was staying in that right lane, and I just feel like it cuts over, it accelerates and brakes more aggressively, but I feel like that's just more human-like. That's less, you know, slow thinking robot. It's unfortunately not embodying something that I think that the hardware 3 compute could handle. So we're moving on from that and moving forward. Yeah, this thing is kicking butt. So speed limit here is 40. We're getting up to 46, 47, 48. But like, this is how people drive. You can see a guy on the left here that was behind me. Like, he's not far behind. That's just how people drive. So this is, like it says, it's getting more sentient. It's definitely being a bit more human-like here. There is rights on red here, so we're going to see how it negotiates with these oncoming cars and see if it goes forward or if it just waits. Let's see what that does. I'm going to move my mic. Maybe that's better. It's about ready to go. It totally could go, but I'm glad that it's not. I don't know. Freeway on-ramps like that, you just really never know what to expect. That was interesting. There was some paint in the road that it just like kind of went around. So the object detection, there was a recent video on Twitter that was posted up that it went around some leaves and stuff. So it's not fully perfectly there just yet, but I still think it's awesome that it's going around stuff like that. We've seen, you know, some mishaps, some unfortunate circumstances on FSD drives, but dude, yeah, just it feels so weird because it feels like you're like it's a human driving and I'm in the driver's seat, but I'm not driving. It feels like it's really doing it. So it says 55 right here. This is 65. This is a construction zone on the weekends. So that's where you can see that. Just switched to 65 also, but it's the construction zones up there. Like it says Loop 202 westbound ramp. So I know on the weekends they close the I-10 in one way or the other, in one direction or the other, excuse me. But yeah, let's see if this is gonna switch over. What I'm noticing too is like it's not hugging a lane, it's not moving over to the left side and sitting on it and going Pac-Man mode is what I always, it's eating the lines is what I say. But it's not doing that. Recently, there's also been some. It'll turn on its blinker and like sit there and not actually switch the lane, and it usually does it around like confusing stacks like this, and it's not doing that at all. So it's assertively negotiating the traffic. This is pretty sweet. This isn't really a high traffic time of day. It's 2:30 here in Phoenix. It's certainly not the lowest traffic point of the day, but there's some cars around and it's thinking about it, but it's switching right back around to this guy. He's clearly wanting to go faster now. He doesn't want to be passed out maybe by a Cybertruck. I don't know. Figured out guy. But yeah, we're moving along. Sweet. It's okay. Like this is usually where you see it hug the left lines. It's not doing that. It moved over for this expedition here on the right that we just passed, but I feel like it's not hugging and holding that line like it would. It's really sitting here smooth and centered in the middle. Kind of wish, there we go, it's getting its blinker on. I really want to go around this Dodge just because I would love to see it get into the HOV lane. I'm pretty sure I have that enabled right now too. Cancel. Bye, Felicia. Settings. I do have HOV lanes on, so that's good. Let's go to Guitar Center. Take me to Guitar Center in Tempe, Arizona. Exactly kind of why I wanted to do this is just to loop back on it. The pizza place we're gonna go is over here. I'm really just trying to get some freeway miles to let that be seen. We'll actually take this route because I want to go through city traffic on MadMax and see what it does. There's been some speculation that MadMax drives carelessly or in a way that's not considered safe, but we'll see what it does and how it handles all that. I don't think so. I think it drives like humans do, which is great. One of the frustrations that you'll frequently experience on FSD is like the NHTSA stop, for instance, where your vehicle comes to a complete stop for a whole second. at like a stoplight or a stop sign in like a busy parking lot, and then people are looking at you like, dude, what are you doing? And like, it's, yeah, so I'm glad to see that it's being more human-like. I'd really love to see the NHTSA stop. Not thrown away entirely, like I understand the safety of it, but like that it only needs to actually hit 0. It doesn't need to hit 0 and sit on 0 for a whole second. Like there's got to be some modification there. As we see autonomy tick up more and we see more and more robotaxi or Waymo on the road, then I think that maybe we see that realized more and in a more meaningful way. But we're gonna take this left and get back on the 202 where we just were. So we're gonna head back kind of towards the direction that we just came from. Awesome, decisive on the lane. Was a little careful around that this median here, but it did fine. It wasn't something that I thought was weird. No signaled light. Let's see what happens. Cool. Minding its lane again, which is so cool. I feel like there was a lot of uncertainty. It's merging wonderfully. It's not cutting them off. That's so cool, because this is something that, again, like I was gonna say, you get this uncertainty where it's like trying to decide its spot, and like it was deciding pragmatically as opposed to being like a human and sort of saying, I'm gonna be kind and let you go, or I'm gonna be a jerk and I'm gonna go. But it more often kind of seems to do the latter, where it would just assume that it should go and it should be the front runner. MadMax, I'm telling you, like you can tell it's going right back around, dude. That's cool. By any means. But we're getting off here at is this Kyrene? Yeah, this is Kyrene. So we're gonna get off at this exit anyway. So it's kind of an unnecessary lane change, but it's just cool to see it like hustle. Like it's got some serious gusto. Again, I generally drive on the slower side of things any which way, but very interesting to see how it goes. Again, sitting very centered in the lane. I'm not seeing a lot of that hugging the left line. I'm not seeing it sit there and get real close over. It scares you sometimes. You're sitting there and you might be on a guardrail or a median on the highway, and you just never know what's going to pop up, and it's tough to trust the computer. But the computer's doing it. It's no joke. Yeah, we're gonna go right here. So now we're gonna get a little bit more of like a city drive. No brake stabbing, smooth, not being weird at all. Oh, I'm so stoked to have it. We have MadMax, we have the button, we have reversing and forward parking, etc. I want to see how it does around this. Nobody's oncoming. That was good. I mean, it stabbed the brake, but it was like in like a good way of being careful. It was, I think what it is it's that front camera seeing around, you know, fully forwardly where the sides might not because of an obstruction or whatnot. So it's really cool to see it understand that. So that's cool. Let's see what I've got set here. Parking lot, curbside. We'll do park. Ooh, stay. Let's see. It's going 53 and a 45. I think 7 over is, you know, legal. But I guarantee if you sit here and you watch that speed limit sign and you watch people go through, you would see a lot of people doing that low mid 50. That was legal. That was cool. Very neat. Catches you at the yellow, on the red. Nice smooth stop. Doesn't feel too aggressive, but it stops the truck. It's at the stop line. It's not doing anything unusual there. I don't know why we had that stoplight anyway. Fishing in the ditch. Neat. It's very MadMax. Again, we took off fast. We're doing 56, but you can see this Mercedes on the left is literally keeping up with you. It's driving like a human being. It's not to dismiss it. It's not to say that that's okay. It's just that is how people drive. So thankfully it's going with traffic instead of being, 40 and a 45 or whatnot. I'm super excited to see it figure that stuff out, though, to understand, how the world actually works around it instead of it working around the world, or I think the latter, excuse me. I said that backwards. I'm excited to see it realize how it works around the world instead of the world working around it. So it's not going 40 miles an hour in a 45 and you've got people upset passing you up or zooming around you, and it's driving like a human. The best autonomy, in my opinion, is the autonomy you have no idea is there. So it's cool that, your standard looking Model Y, your regular old Model Y, as normal as that looks, is a fully autonomous vehicle. Will be. Asterisk. Sorry, I've got some tools on the ground over here from what I was doing this morning. Again, so we've got people in front of us now pacing. We're keeping up with it. It's going 52 because that's how fast people go. That's the whole point of it. It keeps up with that. That is how people drive. This is human-like. That is sentient. That is the point. It's not, MadMax has a fun name, but I think that it was poorly received. But yeah, enters. So if you watch the truck that was in front of us, he turned into the lane a little early. This used to be a gas station, it looks like. If the gas station was there and someone was turning out of there, like, you're technically not supposed to really enter the lane until the opening of the lane. This did that. Like, it follows the rules. It does do it right. It's just neat to watch it do these things. Like, how in the world do they figure this stuff out? Bravo to the AP team. You guys are incredible. Again, centered in the lane. Looks awesome. You pull up those cameras and you look at it. It's centered in the lane. There's zero weirdness here that it's on one side or the other. It's jagged or whatnot. Like, it's insane to compare this, what we're seeing now on V14, compared to what we were seeing on even V12 when we first got that. He cut into the turn lane, the Cybertruck did not. So again, like, it's a human breaking the law, not following things, driving poorly, driving unsafely, and this does not do that. That's where autonomy is so cool. That's why it's so neat, is that it will save lives. It does. So cool. You never know who's physically disabled and can't drive, and something like this will come along and re-enable that person, like we're seeing with other programs that are out there, with like Neuralink, for instance. It's actual magic. It's so cool. Look at him, not following the lines at all. Look at this guy in the camera. What are you doing, my guy? You're in the bike lane. That's how you unlock people. Like, that's so not okay. I'm sure he's playing on his phone. Let's see. We'll pass him by. Nope, just an old lady. Somebody that could benefit tremendously from autonomy. Older people like that. Don't worry, we can still watch her in the rear, Just crazy. Yeah, MadMax definitely gives it the beans. Like, it's definitely fast. And I love that at times, but I really enjoy my truck. Enjoy my ride. She's just sitting in the bike lane. Look at it move out of the way for her. Do you see that? It's moving out of the way to make space for her. Because it knows she's crazy. She's going to hit you. Oh, you're fine. Please just go. Wow. Wow. That was so cool. Bye, Kathy. Dude, that was so cool. It just moves over to make this, I don't know. It's just little things like that is the sentience. That is that, man. How freaking neat is that? Jeez. Man. All right, I'm really excited when we get to Guitar Center. We went over to Guitar Center. It'll park itself. Hopefully it pulls forward. We'll see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't do it in a handicap spot. Oh, I hate being that jerk. It's figuring that stuff out too, though. I think that what the AP team may figure out or do is identify entrance points of buildings and then recognize that the standard ADA compliance is that the spots that are the first two in front of it or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know how they'll do that. That's not my job. That's not what I do. I know nothing about it. All I know is it is truly remarkable. It's 99% of my driving is on FSD anymore, partially because I enjoy the show. Like, this is just cool to see. Like, even on 1329, it was so cool. Like, it was 99% driven on autonomy with that. It's crazy what they have accomplished on vision. There is no sensor suite. Like a human, it's eyeballs. Go figure. It's getting in the lane properly. Like, golly. All right, let's see where it parks. Please don't park in a handicap spot. It's gonna totally do a handicap spot. Nope, it might go up here where this, is that an Equinox? Yeah, it's an Equinox. Let's see it flip on its blinker and realize, cool, it's going to pull straight forward into the parking spot. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's parking itself. Oh, what? And it's doing it right. Are you kidding me? What's that place? Main of it? Take me to Ashley Furniture. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Because we can't, so we're gonna. Nope. Okay, that was a little bit douchey. It shouldn't have cut that Tacoma off. Oh. That's a little kiss there of the curb. Tap my little camera guy. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, and that does that. Wasn't really a proper kiss of the curb. That was just the tire, but it kissed the curb, you know? Bad truck. I wonder which way it'll park this time. It's gonna back in. Okay. A little shaky on the wheel. We're gonna get stuck. Hello? This is not a parking spot, sir. You can't park there. I gave it a little bit of juice there to see what it does. It feels tight here, but it's totally open there. But I didn't trust it. I probably shouldn't have intervened. Let's do one more. Okay. Let's go to main event. Take me to main event. Here we go. I hate parking next to light poles like that, though, for that reason. You just never know. Here we go. All right. I think this time it's going to park forward. It doesn't go as forward and backward as much, but like that looked really good. It's on the line like in like a great way, so it's not sticking out. I felt like it kept on 13.29. I felt like it always stuck forward so much. Let's go. Is there like a take me to White Castle. Can I make it go left? Just cause. Okay, cool. Yeah. Start and drive because we got the button because we can go left. Whoop, whoop. I love the button. I'm so excited about that. It's just, again, it's like a vote of confidence from the AP team that they're in good. They feel good about it. What's that place? Unprotected left turns. A bunch of stuff on the right, but nobody oncoming, so that's cool. I'm just trying to, this is just an initial video. I'm gonna do more videos, but this is just an initial video showcasing things that I caught in the comments on the post I made of what do you guys want to see? What's everybody curious about with FSD version 14? Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here as soon as this thing parks. Over here at White Castle. A lot of food places today. A lot of food places. Watch it go in the handicap spot again. Or is it going to go on the... Okay, we're not going in the drive-thru, but that's really cool. We will be testing that in a future video. I didn't mean to go to the drive-thru. Actually, you know what? Let's see what it does. Because I'm not trying to go through the drive-thru. There is another lane over here. No. Okay. So... because this is how you leave White... I've never been here, so I don't know. This is how you leave White Castle, because yeah, that is staggered parking there. It's gonna go right out of here. Where am I? Oh, left out here. It's finding a spot. That's what it was doing. Let them go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Just again, another intro video. I'm gonna play with it more, and I'm gonna do videos with it to give more demos. I'm sure it'll start to go wider soon too, hypothetically, probably, hopefully. It feels pretty good. The parking definitely needs a little bit of work. It was a little scary with the close call and the light pole. I'll always intervene, as should you. If there's something that you're seeing the system do that you're not certain about, please take over. That is the point. That's why there are controls in the car. That's why Tesla's not removed the controls yet, is we're not fully autonomous. Please always make sure you are watching your vehicle and you are supervising that vehicle that you are behind the wheel of. You do take that responsibility. That should always be the case when you are behind the wheel and it says that it is unsupervised, or excuse me, supervised. We will see unsupervised. Tesla's really making a ton of progress. V14 feels really good. MadMax is awesome. I look forward to it figuring out handicap spots too, because like, what's it gonna do? Like read the logos on the road or something? I don't know, but yeah, it definitely has improved over what we saw issue wise on version 14 flat. Now 14.15, what we have on Cyber is awesome. Again, buttons here. There's a bunch of other cool stuff that's on that. So when we go into the release notes here and just to kind of look that over, to compare on it. You can add your arrival options, pull over a yield for emergency vehicles. That's one that I really, really want to get the opportunity to test to kind of see how that does. I've got some pulling them on our right. Static and dynamic gates. This one will be really interesting. Improved handling for static and dynamic gates. I gotta find some gated neighborhoods to go test that on. Improved handling for several scenarios, unprotected turns, lane changes, vehicle cut-ins. FSD's ability to manage system faults and recover smoothly from. Yeah, so like another thing is like we're kind of high sun time of day, and the Cybertruck is notorious for off gassing and having residue up in that camera there, and I didn't have any issues with that today. I actually am gonna have my camera cleaned. I think it's Monday it goes in for a clean. But yeah, speed profiles, obviously we went over that. UI has the button, which I'm really excited about. Brake confirming your drive. I might turn that on. I don't have kids, so it's not something I'm super concerned about. You know, somebody getting in here and there's a pre-route and then they accidentally go. But I can't wait to test this on driveways and stuff and see what that does. That one's really cool. So we'll do that in the next video also. But yeah, if you could subscribe, like, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really excited that 14 is hitting Cyber. I was a little pessimistic and thought that we were gonna see it maybe not hit to the Cybertruck and stuff. Take me to main event, because why not? Get me somewhere else. I don't want to be in people's way here. Let's see if it like knows that. Oh my gosh, it knows. Of course it knows. Jeez, dude. Jeez, dude. Dude. Yeah, I'm really curious to see. This time it knew there is another lane over here. Golly, I swear it learns on the freaking fly. Like, are you serious? Just giving it like another go. Like, you have to imagine that I'm really fortunate to be in the early access thing to get access like this even to it. And I would have to imagine there's less than, I don't know, including engineering trucks, 180 trucks that have it right now. So to have it so early and to be able to show it off, and I appreciate that. It's really cool. I'm a huge fan of the Cybertruck, and I've become a giant fan of FSD after having it now. And it's an utterly insane vehicle. It's just super cool. So this is an unprotected left. There was a guy. We actually had a little bit of a proper unprotected. But again, this is just the intro video to version 14 FSD, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Again, please subscribe and like the video and all that stuff. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but maybe I get it and I get a couple dollars out of it. That'd be neat. But either which way, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for following on Twitter and all that. And thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Peace.